Okay, hello people, how are you all going out there? Just going to test this mic. See if it's working. Okay, yes it is. Okay, so hello Bethany's Barn, and Shane, Dances with Aardvarks. Yeah, how you all going? So, what we got today, we are going to do this dragon on the top of this. And I did this dust brush a long time ago. So I was just reading the comments there. No, yeah, sorry, I had it delayed a little bit because I was having technical difficulties. So this brush here I did on a previous video quite a while ago. I think it was, I don't know, about 4 or 5 months ago, maybe. Yeah, so I thought I would show you how to just do that top carving today. Don't want the live stream to be too long, but like the techniques that you use for this is pretty much the techniques that you would use for this as well. So, okay. Right, okay, so I hope everyone's going well. We'll just leave it a couple of minutes. I've been busy doing paperwork this week because we're in lockdown in New Zealand, so time to catch up on the sort of paperwork, all the taxes and all that. Extremely horrible stuff to do. I don't know. I keep on putting it off, you know, I keep on putting it at the back, but, you know, I was forced to do it in a lockdown, so I got that bored. So, right. Actually, what I remember last time when I was carving one of these dust brushes is it's really hard to hold. So, because you got all this bristle on here, so this is moving around. So I thought maybe I'll sort of like have this like here, like another piece of wood so I can carve on it like that. So put that one up there. And so pretty much I just freehand copied that from that one. But as you can see, this is a little bit wider. So I made it a little bit wider. So this one actually is a little bit shorter as well. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. So hopefully everything's still working all right. Everyone's still there. Right, so these are dragons. You can find these a lot on sort of the internet, and they're actually like on the prow of like Viking ships, and there's lots of these ones, so you can print one off and copy one if you wanted to do one yourself. They look complex, but they're actually quite easy because it's a relief carving. And so essentially what you're doing with relief carvings is you're leaving different planes and taking different planes back. So the idea is what I always do is I'll take the outside back first, and you see this plane where these spikes are, that's on a different plane to that plane. So we'll take this back and then we'll put this in later as well. So what I'll do is I'll go around all of these areas first, and I think I'll do it with this burr here. This is like a Dremel diamond burr, and it's quite fine. It says it's like 2 millimeters, but it's actually less than 2 millimeters when I measured it. So I'm not quite sure what's happening there. So okay, Shane Tattoo Man asks, how do you set up your over cam stand? Yeah, okay, I'll show you actually before we get into this quickly. I'll show you my setup. I've actually changed all everything around. So what I've got is I put the camera in one of these things here, and pretty much it's a Me photo holder, but you can buy that. There's lots of different ones of those. And so that just clamps around the phone. I use just a Samsung Galaxy S10. I find like, I'd love to get a camera, but you know, I think all the dust would just wreck it anyway. So this here goes all the way to a tripod stand. And I just rigged this up. And so pretty much like I can move that way. And I can move the stand, and also I can move this up and down quite easily. So that's, I know like heaps of people have different ways of doing it. Okay, right, let's put that back on. All right. Okay, so okay, just sort of organizing a couple of things. Okay, who else have we got here? Helene, hello. Oh yeah, Shane, I think sometimes things stop, so you just refresh it. Yeah, that's good advice. So I'll show you something else you can do. I've actually got my other phone here. Is if you actually tap on this, it comes up with 3 little dots there. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but if you want to improve the quality of what you're looking at, you can go to this quality button, press that, and it comes up with these picture quality things. And if you've got good internet, press advanced and then just select, I think 720 is quite good. So you can click on that so things become real clear. So the auto currently on this phone is set at 320p, so that'll be a little bit grainy. So that's a good tip. So if you're watching somebody's video and you want to improve the quality of it, it too depends on what they've shot at as well. So, which is all good. Okay, so I better get on with this carving, stop talking about things. Right, we'll try and adjust the light so you can see that. Just adjusting things here. It's quite hard to get things right with lighting and all because the white tends to bounce off everything, so you can't quite see things. Tell me if they think that's too dark. Right, okay. Okay, so we'll start off with this bird here, like I said before. It's pretty cool. Cool, twisted art. Lady says, this is not too dark. Twisted art lady, I was having a look at your spin painting. I quite like those. So quite, everyone should like check it out. You know, when you put paint on those spinny things, it sort of amazes me the reactions you can get between the different paints. It's much faster than doing carving, I'll tell you that. Right, okay, so yeah, it is hard work to make a video, Shane. Yeah, I'll check it out when it comes out. Right, okay. So actually, I'll just tell you a few things before I start. So when I'm carving this, I'll go around all of the lines first. We'll see how we go. And I just want to go up to the line. So if you can sort of envision, I actually want to keep the actual pencil line. So I'm not going over the pencil, I'm just going to it. So we'll just carve the outside first. And then we'll probably add some depth to it, like that's got a little bit of depth there you can see. So we'll do that first. It's something hard to help with things. Yeah, I was trying to think, when you first start carving any carving, it's going to be sort of like a matter of just trying to understand what the wood's doing to start with. So I start off with like a really simple line. So I can see here, getting quite a lot of tear out. Well, not tear out, but just a lot of fluffy kind of stuff happening. Oh, 45 hours on a carving chain, that's a long time. All right, okay, so, and you'll notice like when you're carving as well, like going around against the grain and with the grain, you're going to get different reactions with the Dremel. So it's going to be hard going across the grain. The thing with carving is you're always fighting the grain. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stabilize my hand on this and just try and keep things really, really sort of like secure. Because usually what I do is I have like two hands on like that, but this is just moving around too much there. I could clamp it down, I guess, but I don't know. It's just like this. Let's do that. I don't know what this wood is actually. It's quite weird. I'm taking it, this is probably made in China or something, so you never know kind of what the woods are. So I'm actually going to try a cutter burr with this, just to see how it reacts. Shame. No man, 45 hours is cool to spend on a carving. If you love carving, you know, you spend 45 hours on something, you should be proud of it too. Okay, so that's cutting a lot easier, that cutting burr. It's a lot less, it's a little bit bigger, so you have to sort of like be a bit more, sort of, I don't know, it's hard to get into smaller areas, and guess that's what I'm trying to say. So I think I'll actually just go over these scales at the moment, and not go down too far. See if I can get that camera a little bit closer. Oh, g'day Mark, how you going? I was just looking at your Pinterest, what's that? The Pinterest. I think it's pronounced Pinterest. Yeah, I was just looking at your carvings on Pinterest. They're really cool, man. I really like the frame. You've got a frame there with a lot of, sort of, Mark does really, really cool relief carvings. And I think he would probably agree. It depends on like the wood you're using. This is quite hard wood to carve because it's got a lot of grain and sort of bits going. You can see those little specks there. Every time you hit one of those, your burr wants to sort of like go the other way. So Mark is the man when it comes to relief carvings, that's for sure. And he has a different approach to it from me. Everyone sort of like goes different kind of way to do things. I actually like going with the rotation of the burr. Right, okay, so I'll swap this out again. I'll go back to that small diamond burr because I want to get into those kind of areas there. Thank you for that, lady. Yeah, I always forget to sort of tell people to do things like that. You know, hit the like button or subscribe. So those kind of things really help the YouTube algorithm. Oh, g'day, Clay's Carving. How you going, mate? Right. Okay. So we've got up to this. It looks really rough. I know that, but it's about sort of trying to rough things out first. All art looks rough just in the middle stages. So what I'm going to do now is I might actually try, like, I just give things a try, like, that's probably too big. So I might give the Cutzel Fine taper burr a go with getting that down a little bit, or this cutter burr here, which is also a Dremel cutter burr. So okay, so we'll try this Cutzel first. All right. Right, yeah, that's really furry wood. As you can see, look at all that. All right, I'm going to give the cutter burr a go now, just to see if that sort of like cuts into the wood a little bit more and doesn't leave so much of the furry woody stuff. Right. Okay, you can sort of see, sort of like doing any of these kind of carvings, it's sort of just a process of sort of like, you know, trying out things to see which works and all of that kind of stuff. But this wood is not the best. It is really, really furry. So, but you know, we'll persist and we'll see what we can do with this. I think I'll go in with like a bigger diamond burr and see how that reacts. What you can do is go in with something like this, and you'll get down right into sort of like the edges in there. See how that works, and also to clean up, you can sort of like use something like that. There's a diamond burr as well, or just one of these. There's all different shapes. Just keep on trying different things. See what works. Try this one first. Yeah, it does carve like poplar. Probably is. Okay, let's tidying it up a little bit more. Let's see what we can do. All right. See what we can do with one of these. So that's starting to tidy things up a little bit more. I actually use this one to go in between the body and the tongue there, because it'll just leave a nice little line that will show you there. Okay, so this food is working out really, really nice, I think. Round out the tongue a little bit more. Oh well. Mark, I think we're going down to level 3 tomorrow, so we're all in lockdown over here. So Mark is actually in New Zealand as well. He's up in the North Island and I'm in the South Island. And we'll be in lockdown for a couple of weeks. So there's rules we have to follow, which is probably a good thing, but you know, you do get bored. Jar is nice wood to carve. It's really, really hard, but I think with the harder wood, you get the more defined, you can have really nice definition. Yeah, so this is a Kiwi accent, but Australians sound similar. I think they're a little bit more twangy, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. The Kiwis just kind of sound quite nasally. You've got to always remember when you're talking YouTube that some of the things that I say will only sort of like a Kiwi will understand. Sort of like some of the words we use in New Zealand. That's all good. Because I watch a lot of the American carvers and Canadian carvers, you know, that's got their own lingo, but you get the gist, you know. Because this wood is really difficult. But, you know, you shouldn't blame the tools or the materials. So maybe you should, you know. I think with carving, you just got to, you know, experiment and do the best you can with what you've got. So getting there. Yeah, there is a definite difference between Aussies and Kiwis. But in Britain, you have so many different accents. It's amazing. My mum, I was actually born in England. I was born in Chichester. My mum's from the Forest of Dean, which is sort of like on the border of, sort of up by Gloucester on the border of Wales. And they have almost, Forest of Dean lingo is almost a language into itself. Okay, how many minutes are we in? Oh, we're in for 39 minutes already. Right. So I don't bore you with just sort of like doing, just finding up these lines. What I'm going to show you is how to do these sort of lines in here. And it's going to be difficult, but I always do them with this burr here, the Dremel sphere burr. I think, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but you will use something like this to add fine detail. I'll just go and, yeah, so just find your own way. So sort of like when you're sort of learning to carve, it's best to actually follow a lot of different people on YouTube. So, you know, follow Geordie over at Carving Fusion. He's really good and really good at teaching beginners. And yeah, grouse, man. Yeah, he's really good at teaching beginners and wood spirits, all those kind of things. And he's into chainsaw carving now, which is really cool. And he's a nice guy, and he's really good at teaching what he does. And another one to look out for if you're really into like carving birds, and oh well, he's good at carving anything really, is Ben at Studio on the Lake, and there is Rob from Just Carve Rob, and Kyle from, I forget the name of his woodworking channel, Kyle Hall. I'll leave all the links actually in the description, but what's another? Cleve's Backyard Woodworking, he's very good as well. He does a lot of different kinds of things. Okay, so we'll do so when you're doing these kind of details here, you want to go in lightly first and then just add enough heat to define it. So you can see that sort of it's quite nice if you sort of like going slow and sort of like quite lightly and just keep on going over the same thing. It doesn't tear up as much as this. Right, okay, so that's where the eye is going, so I'll just go down with this one, I'll put the eye on there. Yeah, so that's worked out pretty well. So that is sort of like similar to that one. So when you put like I put stain into this one and then sanded it off. So all of these sort of like indentations are going to stick out more. So, which is good. And so I'll show you how I do these lines here. And you can use, there's a few different options. So I use these Mark calls them mushroom burrs, which makes sense. That one kind of looks like a mushroom. That's a Dremel, that one there. And that's just a cheap diamond burr. This is the one that I was using before. All right. So those chains, there seems to be a lot of chainsaw carving at the moment. I'd love to get into chainsaw carving, but you know, I've only got so much money to spend. And I think it's one of those things that you sort of like you just don't buy one chainsaw and that's it. You're going to be buying a lot of different kind of things to go with that chainsaw, which is cool. I would like to get a die grinder, so I can do stuff with the bigger 1/4 inch burrs. So pretty much as this, I am just sort of following these lines. And you always like, if you're worried about making a mistake, just go in really lightly first, and then keep going. Nope, couldn't see that, could you? Sorry. So yeah, just putting these lines in here. Okay, so those are those lines there. They're pretty easy to do. Everything kind of looks rough because it's a bit furry at the moment, so don't worry about that. Okay, so what I might show you next, we might not get this finished today, but that's all right. I'll just show you, I'm going to put these spikes in. So what I'm going to take this back a little bit around here, and so I'll lower the level a little bit and then put the spikes in, so the spikes are in a different level from this part here. All right. Just trying to decide what burr I'm going to use to take that back. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try this burr here, which is a Cutzel coarse inverted cone. I'm saying it's going to probably make the wood extremely stringy, but that's all right. Right, okay. So when you're, you can use a lot of these sort of like cutting, so this is quite rough in there, so I might just use one of these cutting burrs to sort of like plane it down so it's a little bit flatter. So Mark, what do you mainly carve on? You said you're going to do some carving on Jara. What's your favourite wood to carve on? Yeah. I don't particularly have a favourite carving wood myself, Mark. I do like the harder wood though. tricky for smaller stuff. I actually like carving in oak, even though it's extremely difficult to carve in. Those chess pieces that I do, they're on oak. They hold detail really well. And I just like the look of it, maybe more than anything. Okay, so we've got this at a different level now, and so I'll just go around and you can sort of add the spikes in again. Pretty random, just triangles really, aren't they? But you've got to have spikes if you've got a dragon, you know? That looks pretty cool. Right, so I'm going to try a couple of things here. He's losing all my beers. Right. Probably try these ones here. So we've got some cutter bears and I've got some diamond triangles. So the idea is to sort of go in and not go where the drawing is, but in between, and sort of go like that and bring that part down all around so these stick out a little bit. I will try the diamond bear first. Because if the diamond bear works, you don't have to sort of like tidy it up afterwards. So it's sort of like sanding it and just getting straight into the finished product as opposed to going in with a cutter, which can sort of sometimes leave a little bit furry. Although sometimes the diamond leaves things a bit furry as well, so you know. Yeah, so if this is right, go on. Yeah, so that's working out pretty well. So you just sort of like adjust, like, I know I drew them on there, but I'll just adjust the sizes of them as they go along. And you can actually run the diamond there over the top of
the actual scale, and I'll sort of like sand it down a little bit and just tidy it up. Something like that. It'll take the furry bits off. Yeah, you guys check out Mark's Pinterest page. It looks pretty cool. He's got some really nice relief carving. Lots of dragons and all of those kind of things, which are really good. I heard Game of Thrones is bringing out a prequel called House of Dragon. So that would be pretty cool. Going to shorten the spikes a little bit long. Well, some of them are. Okay, so I've made it so my live streams only go for an hour, but I might carry on with this next week and just show you sort of like a few more techniques. So I might tidy these kind of things up and we'll go through the carving again. So if you guys have any questions, fire them in the chat now. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you learned something as well. So yeah, go and check out those other channels and check out Mark's Pinterest board as well. So I have got another video coming out, Mark, of your drawing. It's not your second drawing, it's your first drawing, but I tidy it up a little bit, so which is quite interesting. It's sort of like I'm trying to make everything on the table sort of like tie into each other. So you'll get what I mean when you see the video. Hopefully that might be out tomorrow morning, actually. So I will be doing that. And so if you haven't got any questions, I might cruise off. So this has been the start of another carving brush. And that's the old one. So catching this on the replay, I'm just sort of showing you how to carve a brush like this. And we will do some other patterns on it as well. Not sure if I'll do this pattern, which I really like. It has to be a fatter dragon, actually. That's quite a bit skinnier, that is. A fatter and shorter dragon. Oh, yeah, no, it might fit in there. Cool. Okay, well, I'll catch you guys and girls, ladies,
Sorry, I'm going to dig myself a hole here. I'll catch everybody next week, hopefully, and everybody have a great week. Enjoy yourselves carving out there. Okay, see you later. Bye-bye.